Can you all hear me? Yes, this is kind of fun. Oh, brilliant. Great. So my name is Renata. I'm doing a PhD in the Oceanography department, but actually my background is in maths and statistics. And when people ask me why, the answer is very simple. It's basically because being a statistician means that you never have to admit you're wrong. It's all about like likelihoods and probabilities, and yeah, that you can get out of that. I mean, pretty much everything. Anyway, right. So I thought, maybe we could start with like something, to break this ice between us. We don't know each other very well. So let's talk about global warming. Climate change, a pretty hot topic to break any ice. Anyway, climate change. We all know about something about climate change. It's all over the media. It's all over like politicians. Everyone talks about it. And if you think about climate change, it's actually it's actually a very unifying topic in a way. Because if you think about it, being concerned about climate change is probably the only thing in which the public, the scientists, and the politicians agree on, which is kind of impressive. It's hard to find something that pleases everyone. Well, I say everyone, I should say almost everyone, because there's always going to be that one guy that denies the existence of climate change. It's just nature. It's just the cycle of nature. You wouldn't believe me. Once I was just volunteering one of the university open days, so doing like experiments with children, just having fun, children running everywhere and families, and like, we've been here for hours now, but let's go on, outreach, public engagement, that's really cool, let's do it. And then comes this guy, by himself, no family, no nothing, and then he's like, oh, what are you guys doing here? And he's like, yeah, well, we are doing a small experiment, like putting seashells under vinegar to demonstrate like the effects of like acidification in the oceans. Oh, why is that? Well, that's because we are throwing, because of the amount of carbon we are putting on the atmosphere. That's actually there's a huge amount of this carbon is being absorbed into the ocean and making the ocean more acidic in specific places. No. Why are you saying that this is happening? Because there's data, there's research being done on it. No, that's all nature. How can you prove that climate change is happening? And I'm like, really? This is a volunteering thing. Are you really gonna come here and spoil my day? Honestly. Anyway, we kind of like found a way of like getting rid of the guy, and then just like, there's nothing we can do really. Come on, like there's nothing I can say that will change your mind, and nothing you can say will change my mind, because that's my job. You basically come here and say that my job is useless. Anyway, we just went. We went out after that. Just went like to the pub for just a few drinks or something, and then comes in the same guy. And then there's that awkward silence, because we're kind of like, oh, I think he's seen us, and I think we kind of know that we've noticed each other, but we're kind of embarrassed to actually say anything, and so just that awkward silence. And he talks first. He just comes to me and says like, oh, yellow green in his face, nice to see you. And then I can't resist, nice to see you too. Someone got it. Anyway, then he just goes. Anyway, he goes to the bartender and just asks like, "Oh, can you show me please the finest wine you have in the house?" And the bartender goes, "We don't serve that. We don't usually serve wine here, but anyway, we do have some fine stuff from the north of Italy." And then he picks up like hands him a nice bottle. The denier gets the bottle, just like turns it around, take a look at the fancy label and everything, hands it back and walks out of the pub. And then the bartender is like, what is going on here? And I'm like, no, come on, mate, don't worry. The thing about this climate change deniers is that no matter how good is the evidence you show them, they will never buy it. That's true, right? Anyway, climate change is just a part of the things that I'm studying. My main research is about plankton. Anyone knows what plankton is? No. Yes. Ooh, good. We have people that know what plankton is. That's brilliant. Anyway, if you do not know what plankton is, basically tiny, like invisible tiny things that live in the upper ocean, basically floating there. I'm sure. If you don't know what plankton is, did you watch Finding Nemo? Yes. You remember that whale scene? Oh, don't worry. Whales don't eat clownfish. They eat krill. Krill is one type of plankton. Cool. Yes. Krill is a type of copepod. Which copepods, I assure you, it's not the latest model of the iPod. Right? There's a few similarities between iPods and copepods, like they're small, but they come in different sizes, they have different functions, they have different colors, They have a pretty short lifespan. But Apple has not yet started producing copepods. Anyway, otherwise we'll just have like different modes of charging copepods. Imagine having to have a specific cable for each type of copepod. It's just mental, right? Anyway, never mind. Copepods, they are a type of plankton. And I just said like whales eat copepods, right? Fish eat copepods. Basically everything in the ocean ends up eating copepods or eating something that eats copepods. So what do the copepods eat? Well, the copepods eat zooplankton, phytoplankton. The copepods eat the zooplankton, and they eat phytoplankton. Phytoplankton, not fighting plankton. We do not fight plankton. Plankton are our friends. Yes, plankton are our friends. Trust me. So phytoplankton, they're basically they're like single cells, and they have the same effect of like plants and land. They kind of like they make their own food. They do photosynthesis and that kind of stuff. But then you ask me, come on, are you really trying to convince me that like single-celled plants living in the upper ocean are any interesting? Well, let's do an experiment. You know, this is a science thing, so let's do an experiment. So breathe with me in. Again. This second breath was provided to you by phytoplankton. It is true, phytoplankton produce half of the oxygen we breathe. You know, half of the oxygen in our planet is produced by phytoplankton. See, I told you they were our friends. They were our friends. We like them. Anyway, but you can imagine that, I mean, all those guys like phytoplankton, copepods, zooplankton, all of those living in the upper ocean, they're pretty sensitive to everything that's happening around them. So that's basically where what my research is about. It's like trying to understand the impacts of climate change and changes in the environment in general to plankton, phytoplankton and zooplankton. And that's when people go like, wow, that's so cool, that's really amazing, that sounds super cool, that sounds, whoa, so exciting. I bet you've been to many amazing places. I mean, you must be out there in the ocean collecting data and seeing these things. Do you remember I'm a statistician? You know, people seem to think that, I mean, all the statisticians need to work is basically give them a nice desk by the window, computer, maybe a second screen, that's always nice, and just throw data at them and they'll give you results. That's basically how people see us, statisticians. That's all you are. You are like a human machine that converts raw data into things that go in a computer and come out as beautiful graphs and figures and stuff that you can use everywhere. So yes, unfortunately, I do not go to the ocean that often. Yeah. Anyway, that's really sad. Yes, thank you for your sympathy. Anyway, my whole point. I mean, I'm reaching the end. Basically, I mean, as a final message, it's just like, I mean, we're joking about this. We're saying like climate change doesn't exist and blah blah. But basically, I mean, it's always as a final message, just like remember always that, I mean, like we need to be careful about our planet. We need to take care about the place we live in. Every small action counts, every one of us is important, and everything we do matters. And yeah, just remember to always listen to our oceans, listen to what our oceans have to say to us. Actually, most of the time they just wave. Anyway, thank you very much.